Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tasha. Let's get into this. So, hi guys. No alien talk, no periodic table talk. However, the creator came through with the message. Now, what's crazy is I literally... okay, first of all, let me just say shout out to Seraphim Hearts. That's her name on YouTube anyway. SERAPHIM Hearts. That's if you're into tarot and anything like that. Every time I watch her readings, it confirms a lot of the downloads that I get, and I often get new downloads as a result of watching her. So shout out to her. And this happens a lot, but it's just a different vibration. So if you're tapped into multiple dimensions and you're actively participating in using the energy that is connecting you to the different planets in your birth chart, if you have started to activate your chart and started to use the energies, then I think you should go over and watch her. Now, about, I want to say a week or so ago, I had gotten a download about how we are connected to all of these planets, right? And it's going to be reflected in your birth chart. But I wanted to make sure we made this distinction. Now, a few months back, we had a conversation about our protection from the creator and the protection that comes with our birth chart as it pertains to different planets and the energies and frequencies that are associated with those planets and what our purpose is here. And the initial download was that a lot of the times people can attack you or cannot attack you because of your birth chart. So this was especially when it came to like death spells, glamour spells, finance spells, health spells in particular, right? Because those are the main things that keep our will greased in this dimension. Your spirit is connected to multiple things, but your health and your wealth is connected to the dimension that we're currently in, right? And health and wealth is also connected to life and death, right? So that was the initial download. I sat with it. I sat on it. I wasn't exactly sure where the creator wanted me to go with it because the conversation was kind of like a similar topic, right? Then I got the download from her, watching the reading today, and then it connected me to that download where basically I was brought back to the download, and then it kind of confirmed that download but added on to it. So some of us are connected to the all right? So what do I mean? Some of us are connected to one planet. We're only vibrating and operating out of the energy connected to one planet. So let's just say people who haven't started their healing process, right? They may only be working out of the energy out of their descending signs and their star signs, right? So the energy that connects them to their past lives and their current personality in this waking life, right? Then you have some people who are aware of, their presence in different dimensions, and they have learned their birth charts and they started to do the healing work. So this not only connects them to their current birth chart for this timeline, but it also allows them to start connecting with the energies that are connected to themselves in other dimensions, right? Not to mention, this allows us to start tapping into the other frequencies, meaning other spirits, that helps us link to ourselves in other dimensions. Then we have people who have lived through enough cycles to be able to build up their spiritual maturity as well as their spiritual stamina, and they are connected to the all, right? So these are the people who have lived at least 9 lives, right? Where they have gone through all of the planets in our galaxy, right? And they're aware of the different spiritual experiences and exchanges that have occurred as it relates and pertains to their spirit, right? Now, that's just one galaxy. And I'm not saying that these planets don't have different dimensions or timelines, but our current galaxy, our current dimension is connected to all of the dimensions. And I hope you're following me. Okay, so I'll try to put this in layman terms. We're on Earth. Earth has one timeline and dimension that we're currently in, right? But within the Earth, there are multiple dimensions and timelines that are connected to Earth as it stands alone, right? And then this Earth itself is connected to a galaxy that is comprised of multiple timelines and dimensions. That's just one timeline with multiple dimensions within it. Okay? For this life cycle. So we've talked about the 250, the 225 to 250 million year cycle. Everything dies after that, and then life recalibrates and starts over. And then we have another set of cycles to go through, right? So within that 225 to 250 million years, you may have died and were reborn again 20 times, or maybe just once, or maybe 5 times, right? So it's all contingent upon your spirit and your journey. And this is also connected to your obedience, because the reason why some people experience certain things is because they've been disobedient. So maybe your journey was cut short as a result of your disobedience. Maybe you have been guided to move about, right? Because some people, those people that are kind of like leaves, or those people whose vessels are used by different entities, right? They don't get full lives. They usually get cast out, and then they either go to another dimension in this timeline, or their spirit, right, is bound somewhere until the spirit that's taken over them is banished and cast out into the ethers, right, in some kind of way. Now, and I'm sorry for the hoarseness, because I was cleaning up today, so I had to let my voice chill a little bit. But yeah, like a lot of the things that we are connected to is connected to multiple things, and depending on your frequency, you get to tap into those things. So the overall gist of this conversation is that some of us are only connected to the energies of our sun sign. Some of us are connected to the energies in all of our birth chart. Some of us are connected to other versions of ourselves that are either resting in different dimensions and or other timelines. And then some of us are connected to the all, meaning you've lived through all of the cycles in all of the 9 planets in this 250 million year cycle, and then you've done it in another galaxy, in another timeline, okay? And I hope I'm not confusing anyone. I hope you're following along. You would have had to already been tapped into a certain level of information, or you would have had to follow some prior segments in order to get this one. I hope I'm making sense. But yeah, the overall gist of this was to understand that some people are, and these are the people that we cannot sacrifice, right? These are the people that come here with higher level purpose. These are the people that have higher ranking spirits, whether they have light or dark entities attached to them, right? Whether their karma is coming from the bloodline, the birth chart, or just something that their spirits have picked up throughout the journey. All of these different things are separate, okay? They're not the same. They can be interchanged, but they are distinct from one another. We don't really necessarily have to understand these different cycles to understand that when we die, our spirits don't necessarily just go nowhere, right? They go somewhere. And I'm not suggesting that I know the exact location. I can't ping where your spirit is going when you leave this dimension in this timeline. It could be as simple as dying today and then coming right back through one of your families, that just are pregnant and about to have a baby, next year, right? That would be you coming back to this dimension, and that would be you attached to multiple timelines, meaning the timeline that you're currently in and the timeline that you're going into. Like, we were born this however many years ago, that would be a different timeline. So let's just say a person dies in 2020, right? And then their soul reincarnates in 2024. The year that they were born and the year that they passed away is one timeline for the earthly dimension, right? And then them being born in 2024 is them coming into a new dimension in this current dimension, a new timeline in this current dimension, right? So I hope that makes sense. So that would be them being connected to multiple timelines in this dimension, okay? Them being born in 1940 until 2020 is one timeline, and then being reborn in 2024 until whatever is a whole new timeline. This earthly plane is the dimension, okay? So those are where the multiple timelines come from in this dimension. And that's just in this Milky Way galaxy, right? All of that cycle, that 9 planet cycle, right? Now you may go over to just think of any other galaxy, right? The galaxy there have their own system of planets, and those planets have different frequencies, different timelines, different dimensions, okay? But everything living right now is wrapped up in this 220 to 250 million year cycle. Once this 250 million year cycle wraps up, all of everything in the all dies, and then we start over at day one. I hope I didn't confuse anyone. I'm sure that if anyone is confused, if you don't tell me to re-explain it, the creator will. Don't worry. I will re-explain it if I feel the creator is leading me to do so, okay? But I'm going to end it here. I do love you all. I hope you guys have been drinking your water eating your fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea because it's free. Love y'all. Peace.